cannot allow these crooks, because that's what they are, to steal an election from the American people. They elected Donald Trump. They didn't elect Joe Biden. Joe Biden is in the lead because of the fraudulent ballots, the illegal ballots that were produced and that were allowed to be used after the election was over.
In terms of the rest of the evidence that he presented some affidavits. He had hundreds of pages in affidavits. Something he said were actually hundreds of affidavits. Actually, it was just the number of pages. Whenever you look at some of those affidavits, however, it included much of the evidence which was presented in Pennsylvania state court and was actually thrown out. And so you can see that some of the stuff that they were presenting had already been presented in a court of law. And one of the important things to note is that he kept alleging and using the word fraud. However, whenever he's been appearing in the state of in court and under oath, he's said, quote, "This is not a fraud case."
The path is not dwindling.
Yeah.
There is no path. And these people know it, by the way. I mean, this shouldn't even be viewed as an effort in earnest to overturn the election results, although I'm sure if they had a path to doing that, they would. Rudy Giuliani, though he acts like an insane person sometimes, he's not a stupid person. He knows that there is no path for them to be able to overturn these results, but he has to justify a very high daily fee. That's part of it. The president has to posture and position himself for whatever is going to come next, whether it's a media venture or 2024. That's the lens through which all of this should be viewed, because again, Georgia certifies today. We've taken you through in state after state. What's the last path? Because, I mean, forget about the courts. The courts have already dismissed almost all of their claims and said all of this is absurd. As we've taken you through lawsuit by lawsuit, even if the courts hadn't already dismissed all those claims, there was not enough there to overturn the results of this election anyway. The Georgia hand recount found, look, a little bit smaller margin for Joe Biden, but if you were going to get anywhere in any of these states, it would have been Georgia, because number one, it's a Republican state, Republican all the way up to the governor, and number two, it was the closest margin. They're not getting anywhere in Georgia. They're not getting anywhere in any of these states. Republicans across the country in the key places are shooting all of this down, even as many here in Washington kind of go along with it and humor them. So this is all about posturing and positioning at this point, and so all of this should be viewed through that lens.